Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I am so excited to be sitting down and having a conversation with you this week. As you can see by the title, I want to talk about staying motivated. And before we jump on into the video, I just want to say thank you for joining. Thank you for watching this. And if this is your first time to my channel, please just click subscribe down below, like this video, and turn on your post notifications. And I'm so excited that you are here today, and we're going to be talking about staying motivated. So let's jump on and do it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cassie Rose, and I have my BA in Ministry Leadership. I love leadership, and more than that, I love learning how we can better ourselves to be someone that is worthy of leading. And so I just want to talk about being motivated because I feel like this has played into where I am in my life right now. You know, I've had to really find internal motivation for a lot of the things that I've accomplished, including just graduating in 4 years, which I think is so rare now. But, you know, starting all of the different things in my life, being a pastor and living my life the way that I do is kind of fast-paced. There's not really a choice in that for me. I live in the Bay Area and everything is fast-paced here. So that's just kind of the hand that I've been dealt, but I love it. I don't mind. And I just want to talk about what it takes to really stay motivated and even just fueled inside, what it takes to take care of yourself in order to stay motivated. So I have 5 tips for you today that I'm going to share, and these are things that I do personally. I wouldn't share something that I don't actually do for myself. Do I do them perfectly? Not all the time. Am I as consistent as I would like to be? No, but I'm pretty consistent. All 5 of these things are very consistent areas in my life, except number 4. I would say that number 4 is the one that I struggle with the most, but I genuinely think might be one of the most important. So we're gonna get started with number 1, and number 1 is spend 2 hours off of your phone every morning. So this one I think is quite valuable because especially where I live in the Bay Area, but I think that right now in 2021, in the fast-paced world that we live in, our phone really acts as a second brain for us most of the time, and it can cause us to rely on other people's thoughts, other people's opinions and information rather than really getting to know ourselves. And so I make it a priority to spend the first 2 hours of my day without my phone. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can accomplish this. What I have found is that I sleep with my phone in the kitchen. I mean, I sleep in my room, and my phone sleeps in the kitchen. I don't sleep with my phone in the kitchen. That would be uncomfortable. So I sleep in my bed with my phone tucked away in the kitchen, and I don't touch it for the first 2 hours of every morning, which means I have an alarm clock. Crazy, I know. It's a much easier thing now that my boyfriend got me this wonderful alarm clock for Christmas, and I feel like most people would not value an alarm clock so much, but I do, because this alarm clock has automatic settings. It has different tones that it can wake you up to. It has birds chirping, or it has like soft music, or it has a beeping. Now, ironically, I actually just use the beeping sound. However, it's great. It's better than the beeping on other ones. I love it also because there is a dimmer setting on it. I'll put this alarm clock in the description below since I'm hyping it up so much. But I love this alarm clock, and that helps me to stay off of my phone in the mornings because I know that there's a reliable way for me to get up. My phone is in the other room, so I don't wake up, pick it up, and start scrolling. That's not something that's even possible because it's not in the room. I don't immediately look at texts, or for me, I use Teams, Microsoft Teams for work. I don't immediately see all my work notifications, and that's crucial for me, honestly, because if the first things that I see during the day are other people's opinions, the priorities and urgent things from other people at work, and then just like social media and things like that, it's already going to set your day off with your mind unintentionally focusing on what everybody else wants you to focus on. So don't go on your phone for the first 2 hours of the day. This is going to be really important, and you're going to find that it makes your mornings so restful because you get to choose what you're filling your morning with instead of other people just throwing stuff at you. So that's my first tip for staying motivated. I think that having a morning away from your phone helps you really stay motivated just by having that time to think for yourself. It helps your creativity start to flow. It helps you feel centered. It can reduce anxiety. And it's just really helpful for really just getting in that mindset to start your day. And this is going to bring us into number 2, which is to have morning me time. I love the mornings. Now, lately, I've been having a really hard time getting up. And so you might think morning people just wake up in the morning like it's so easy for them. No. I'm a morning person by choice. I decide that I'm going to get up in the morning and do stuff. Am I perfect at it? Absolutely not. Especially not when I'm having health issues or I'm really exhausted from working a lot or anything like that. But I've made it a priority. Now, one of the things that I've loved, that I've learned a lot from, is a YouTuber named Amy Landino. She kind of does this sort of personal development style on her YouTube as well. And I'll try to find a video with this concept in it of hers and link it down below. But I love what she says for her morning time. Amy basically says that she has 3 buckets that she wants to fill up in her allotted morning time. And she calls it mindfulness, mastery, and movement. So mindfulness being like time that you're just mindful of yourself and your own thoughts. So journaling, reading, meditating, praying, just sitting and being and kind of allowing yourself to wake up and unwind. Because you might think like, I just woke up, I must be unwound, but really that's a blank canvas. Or sometimes you're waking up in a bad mood from a dream. I have done that before, and it makes your day so sad if you're in a bad mood from a bad dream. Anyway, when you have your time to be mindful in the morning, that's you setting the tone for the day. And I think it's really important because that means that you're going to decide what you want from your day instead of just letting it happen to you. Her second bucket is movement. So just literally moving your body. That could be a 10-minute walk. It could be stretching, doing some yoga, going on a run, lifting weights, whatever it is for you. Just doing something to kind of get your body in movement, because you're going to wake up refreshed, but then if you just sit there, you're going to get stiff, then you're going to feel uncomfortable, maybe experience some soreness or tightness. And so just moving a little bit in the morning is really great to just get your body woken up, and that can really benefit your mood. It will release endorphins, release stress and all that stuff, so that you're starting the day off with a nice clear mind and body. And then the last one is mastery. And I love this one for a very specific reason. And that basically mastery means do something to make yourself better in the morning. Something that you love, something that you care about that will push you closer to your goals. So like for me, I find this one really important because I have a full-time job. I work 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever it is. And so that time is a very large chunk of the day. But I have dreams and aspirations outside of my day job. I have YouTube, I have Dwen-Day and Instagram, and I have all of these things that I really care about and I want to learn more about and I want to become better at. I want to become better at making graphics and editing videos and better at all of this stuff, website design, things like that. And I love it, but it has nothing to do with my day job. So having this bucket in the morning of mastery and figuring out what you can do to really master these things and set a time for that in the morning, it just helps you know, today I did something to get closer to my dreams. Now, I love Amy Landino's channel, so I am going to link it down below, and I encourage you to go watch it because her slogan or her entire mission is wow, I'm so sorry, Amy, I've totally forgotten, but it's basically how to get to the life you want. You're gonna see it. I'm gonna put it across the screen right now and it's gonna be beautiful. But she is wonderful at coaching people and helping, and I'm pretty sure that that's even what her job is. She does YouTube, but she also is a success coach. That's what she is. She's a success coach. So go check her out. Those are things. So morning time, just for yourself, is really important because you want to set those intentions off for the day. And the things that I personally do every single morning in order to have that productivity in my day is I journal, I read my Bible, I do some sort of stretching or yoga or something, and I drink my coffee in silence. Like, I sit and I drink my coffee. And honestly, that's one thing that I think is definitely a part of mindfulness, because I'm doing something intentionally that's just for me, just by myself, or sometimes with my mom. Like, I'll sit and I'll just talk with my mom, but I will try to like not be on my phone while I'm drinking my coffee, not doing other stuff, and just really being present, because that's time that I get to spend with myself, enjoying something that I love. Number 3, if you're a creative person, this is going to be very important for you, but this is also going to be very important for the person who is possibly highly emotional or easily swayed. So number 3 is to consume creative or motivating content. There is an antithesis to this, which is to not consume demotivating or negative content. But I'm going to focus on the positive, okay? We want to consume creative and motivating content. This is something that I strive for in my feed on Instagram, the people I follow on YouTube, in Pinterest, like the social media that I even look at. Like, I will often look at Pinterest more than I'll look at anything else. And it's for this specific reason. It is creative, inducing, and motivating to me. And it's so much better for my soul. Like, I can feel an extreme difference in my mood, my attitude, everything when I'm consuming creative and motivating content. I think that this is a vital thing to recognize, and maybe you haven't really taken account of this in your own social media experience lately, but take a minute, take like 30 minutes, honestly, to go through everyone that you're following and just decide, is this somebody that feeds my soul what I know it needs to be fed? You know, we look at our diet and we look at the things that we put into our body, but in reality, social media is something we're putting into our body. We are consuming it. Now, are you consuming a healthy diet of social media? Because it can be very, very toxic. Like I said, with that opposite side, if you're always consuming demotivating, negative content. And there's a lot of drama on social media. There's a lot of stuff about celebrities. There's a lot of stuff about the world and politics. And, you know, it could feel very important to stay informed, especially when it comes to politics. And, you know, we just had this election this year and everything. But in reality, you can be informed in other ways. However, social media is a very influential part of our lives, especially if you're around my age. It's ingrained into us to be swayed by social media. So I just want to really encourage you. You don't need to keep up to date on everything, especially when it comes to like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Choose creators who actually fuel your creativity. Now, I'm saying this as a person who spends quite a bit of time on social media because I'm trying to learn about it. Like, I'm trying to learn about Instagram because I have an Instagram page. I try to learn about YouTube because I have a YouTube channel. You know, I do all of these things, so I'm on them a lot, but I'm very careful to not just watch anyone because I know that my soul is delicate and it eats whatever I put in front of it. And I don't know if you know about sheep, but sheep will just eat and eat and eat until they are so full that they literally will die. Also, goldfish. Goldfish will just continue eating whatever you put in front of them until they die. And I think that our souls are honestly exactly the same way. We eat and eat and eat whatever content we consume until our soul begins to die. And I've seen it time and time again where people that I love completely just change in their demeanor, in their expression, in their positivity. And it's sad because it's just what we've consumed. So I would really encourage you to take account of the content that you're consuming. Maybe go on a detox from social media. I think that that's really important just periodically throughout time anyway, just to take, maybe you can only start with a day, but start with a day, then maybe a week. Then I've done I think the longest that I've gone was like 5 months off of social media completely, like off of Instagram, off of YouTube, off of, I've never gone on Twitter. Twitter's scary to me, but I'm delicate like a flower, so that's just me. However, just take a break from it. Take a breather. You know, the thing that I often do not stop myself from going on, though, is Pinterest. And this is why. Because I love to make excuses for myself. But Pinterest is just this beautiful gathering of creativity. I don't see any like celebrity drama, political drama. I mean, maybe I'm just not on that form of like Pinterest. Like my Pinterest is cultivated toward the things that I save and stuff, but it's all about house renovations and cute outfits and little fluffy animals, and that's all I want in my life. That's all the content that I want to consume. So, you know, often I'll take a break from everything and only go on Pinterest and things like that. But I just want to encourage you, especially if you're trying to be a creative person, don't fill your mind with all of that negativity. Don't let all these creators decide what you're going to focus on. You go in search of the things that actually inspire you and motivate you, and just unfollow everything else. Just unfollow it all. All of it. That is my advice. On to number 4, which I just kind of talked about, but like I said in the beginning, number 4 is the one that I do struggle with, okay? Which is why I've done these detoxes. But number 4 is to limit social media time. And it is important, which is often why I end up having to cut it off cold turkey and not go on Instagram for like 6 months, because I will consume content. And usually I do it in like for the sake of like, what do I want to make? Like researching, figuring things out, trying to learn more. However, it's just addictive. It really is. And then I know, like for me and probably many other people, you put those little limits that the iPhone allows you to set. It's like limit 1 hour of social media a day. And then it says, do you want to like postpone for 15 minutes or you want to turn it off for 15 minutes? And you're like, yep, 15 more minutes. Scroll through Instagram, pops up again, 15 more minutes. It's like a snooze button, okay? But I really would encourage you, and I need to do this for myself. I really do. Just limit the amount of time that you spend on social media. Set a time limit and cut yourself off. Keep that promise to yourself, because how much of a waste of time is it? Like I heard it on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, but someone was talking to creators and they were talking to like YouTubers, and they said, just stop watching videos and start making them. Stop researching how YouTube works and just start YouTubing or something like that. Like they were just saying, get away from what other people are doing and just do your own thing. Because if you want to be creative, so you go looking at all these other people being creative, that is all time that you could have spent making something beautiful. And now instead, the world is lacking your creation, and all you've done is consumed 20 other accounts that you don't even want to be like them. Or maybe your personality is different from them. You have your own thing to offer the world. So just put social media aside and start creating. Start creating something, because that is going to be so valuable at the end of the day. Finally, here is our last tip to stay motivated. And this one is a little bit different. We're not talking about social media anymore. And tip number 5 is to be in nature. I don't know if you grew up around much nature, but for me, like I grew up camping every year, at least once a year, if not more. I absolutely love going on hikes, being in nature, being near water, like rivers and beaches and lakes. I just absolutely love it. It makes me so happy. And honestly, words cannot describe how happy it makes me. Just to be able to sit in the backyard even and be in the fresh air, I can feel myself just being elevated to another level of like joyfulness. And this probably sounds really dramatic, but I'm not emphasizing it enough. Being in nature gives me so much fuel in my soul. Like I feel it on a deep spiritual level, because the Lord, He's out there. You see Him in nature and He's amazing. And I just want to encourage you that this is like the last one. This is number 5. This is it. Because honestly, this is one thing that you could just do every single day, and it will help you stay motivated. Go outside, be in the sunshine, be in the rain for a little bit if it's raining. You know, be outdoors and be around trees and grass and water and fresh air and just breathe it in. Because the more you get outside and you disconnect from all of your to-dos, all of your social media accounts, all of your relatives. Like, I mean, you could go outside with your family too, but like, get out of the four walls of your house. Get outside of your little comfort zone where all of your tasks are. Be in the sun, enjoy time outdoors, and see how much it affects you. See how much it affects you. I'm like, it's been cold outside here and I haven't been going out as much, and I'm just waiting for summer to happen because it's going to be amazing. But even if it's not summer, going outside is super beneficial. And so that was my 5 tips for staying motivated. I hope that this helped you. I think that the key thing to all of these is just feeding your soul what it needs. And if you do that, you're going to stay motivated, you're going to be creative, you're going to be inspired. But just remember that everything you put in front of your eyes, you're feeding to your soul. So if you're spending time with yourself, you're feeding your soul the message that you matter. If you're going outside in nature, you're feeding your soul that there's more to the world than a screen. If you're staring at social media constantly, you're telling your soul, this is what's important. This is what I must pay attention to. And your soul is going to eat that message up real quick. It's going to eat it up real fast. And I don't know what that accent was. It just came out of me, but ignore it. So I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope that you're going to stay motivated and try some of these out. If you do try them out, feel free to comment down below. If you have your own ideas, let's start a conversation down below. What helps you to stay motivated? I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Real quick. Yep.